to what I believe in, I will say our biggest enemy is the person that's in the mirror, because that's, in actuality, that's our only enemy. If you really want to think about it, the only thing stopping us, that's why I draw something from, you know, the white supremacist side and one from our own community side. It's a combination of both. But the beautiful part about it is we got the power to overcome both.
Right.
But that power won't get recognized until we get ourselves right and get ourselves to the mentality that we can overcome it. Because right now, if you give somebody an event and say, why can't we do this? Or even say, let's bring so-and-so to Youngstown, or let's do this in Youngstown. They'll give you 1,000 reasons why it won't work.
Yeah, true.
Oh no, you know they gonna start shooting. Oh, you know people gonna hate it, ain't gonna support it, yada yada. You know what I'm saying?
Or the tickets is too high.
Yeah, it could be. It's gonna be a million things, but you gotta forgive those. You can't let that shape your mentality, because that's and that even goes back to you saying people be on some sheep type shit. If you believe in something and you believe it can work, that's really all it takes.
Right.
So if you was to say, let's do a day party, like, 'cause that's a thing they do in big cities, like they have parties in the clubs during the day. A lot of people be like, oh, that ain't gonna work, yada yada yada, and that influences the next person, because you know how we is. We don't want to be nowhere where it ain't popping.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We don't want to be that first person there and it be lame.
And also, people are scared to try something new.
Yeah, people stuck in their shit. You know what I'm saying? Which is, we creatures of habit. But to make a long story short, I don't want to start rambling. I'm trying to just give y'all a backstory of why I'm thinking the way I'm thinking. If we was to take into account what our life is, what we got going on, what we can do to improve, if we start there, we'll start seeing changes. It'll spread out if we start from home. Because I could go right now and be like, I need 10 people to help me lift this car. Alright. I could be like, listen, we gotta get this car out the way. I could bare my heart out to these 10 people. I could tell them why it's so important, just like I'm doing right now. I could tell y'all why I believe this stuff is so important. But if y'all don't believe in it and y'all don't take action in your own life, what I'm doing is powerless right now. I can't make anybody do anything they don't want to do. Right. I'm just appealing to I'm talking to y'all as personally as I can, because I'm appealing to your sense of coming together for a common goal. Because without those 10 people, that car not gonna get moved. It don't matter how strong I feel about it.
Right.
I could really want it. I could want it more than anybody else, but I just can't move the car by myself. Literally lift it off the ground and move it by myself. I need my peoples with me. The condition we in, it wasn't one person that put us in this position. We got to it by not doing the things we were supposed to do as a community. It wasn't one family. It wasn't one neighborhood. It wasn't even one city. It was this has just become the standard of our people, right, so to speak. We didn't get here. It wasn't one person or one situation you could pinpoint it. It's a combination of things. The only way we're going to get out of it is to start reversing those combination of things. We got to get back to, you know what I'm saying, getting our families back strong. Because that was the start of it. That was the jump off. They broke our families up. And if you break up family, you breaking up pretty much everything, because family is the foundation. I don't care. I know some people got fucked up family situations, but that's not normal. That's not okay. And you can still succeed without coming from a strong family foundation. But the goal, in my opinion, should always be to get back to that solid family structure, because that makes life so much easier when you got that foundation that you can build off of. Everything else, you know, that loner mentality, that, I don't know. I don't think we designed to not love and be loved by people. You know what I'm saying? That's not no good feeling.
We need each other. Why would we be here in the first place?
Right. Why would we, if we, and I love you brought that up. People be like, what somebody else doing don't affect me. Yes, it does.
Yeah.
I don't care. You cannot let it affect you mentally, but the people around you are gonna have an effect on your day-to-day life. If you got 10 people living on the street, and there's one person that just had trash in their yard, or one person that always got some commotion going, they disturbing your peace.
Yeah.
You can mind your business, not say nothing to them, but it's 4 in the morning and you hear them fighting with they significant other, and the cops coming and they waking you up. They affecting you. You cannot let it affect.
And if you got kids that see that,
they can normalize it. And
that's gonna bother you because you don't want your kids to see that.
And that's why I say, that's why I'm on both sides with that whole promoting of, you know what I'm saying, this gay thing.
I know what you mean. Yeah.
I'm not at the point where I hate gay people. I don't despise you just because you're gay. But that lifestyle is something I do not agree with. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But I don't think you going to hell because you're gay, or you're a terrible person because you're gay. I just think you
just don't accept it.
It's your
preference.
It's your own situation you got to deal with. You may not agree with everything I do. I would hope you don't hate me because I like to watch boxing. You know what I'm saying?
And that's to me, personally, that's the point of this video. Because it's like, even though it's so many of us, we're not gonna accept everything that everyone does, but that doesn't mean don't like the person or hate them for their lifestyle. Because when you start to hate and not like somebody for something, that's where the problems come.
And you becoming what that is that you say you don't like.
Cause like right here, I meant to say this at the beginning. This video might sound contradicting because we're speaking on these problems, but I think it needs to be talked about.
Most definitely. But man, we definitely are our own worst enemy. But like I said, the way, in my opinion, I feel like we move from it. I said this in the other video. We get home together. You know what I'm saying? We gotta fight multiple battles at once right now. That's just the position we in. It could get better once we get one stabilized, but we gotta prepare to deal with the systematic racism we under while we getting home together.
Right.
But the beauty of it is, the more we get home together, the more we prepare to deal with the systematic racism. Because when we getting home together, we starting businesses and we more.
And that's when the system is gonna get better and change for us. Like
the system,
you know how they see exactly.
Yeah.
You see how they ain't gonna respect us because we don't respect ourselves.
We ain't got no power.
True,
as a whole.
True. We don't have no power.
But we don't got power because we don't respect ourselves.
Right. So, but if we got that stuff together, and they gonna see that, they know we're a problem.
You gotta recognize. And I don't want to get off topic, but if you know anything about the streets, it's people that when you have a problem, you know it's gonna be a problem, and people that if you have a problem, it's like you don't underestimate nobody, but it's certain people you know I gotta take care of this problem now.
Right.
Or it's gonna lead. It could go a different way. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's other people you know they selling wolf tickets, or it's not that important to get to it. If it comes up, it comes up. Basically, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Anybody's capable of anything. I'm not telling you to sleep on nobody, because you know I wouldn't do that myself. But people that's experienced in that know what I mean. I mean it's the same way I feel like with our people. When we go to march and we go to protest, they like they'll get over it.
Yeah,
we ain't gotta worry about it too much.
Because that's why it's labeled as a peaceful peace.
Yeah.
Peaceful protest. Yeah, I said peaceful peace. Peaceful protest. But and like I said, they know that we're a threat. So just imagine if we came together. No, I'm not saying come together or we're gonna start a war. Nah, nobody wants to go to war. Nobody wants to go to war. Because if you go to war, you gotta start all the way over. Somebody gotta die. A lot of people gotta die. And then a lot of systems a lot of companies is gonna be just burnt down to the ground. Nobody wants to do that. I don't want to cut you off, but if you talk about, you know, this for the people that's radicals, that's fuck that, we going to war. Listen, if you talking this shit, are you telling me you prepared to not be able to just go to the grocery store and grocery shop, to not have lights coming to your house? Like, I don't know if y'all know what it would be like if we
if it was actually a revolution, but all those little comforts and all those little conveniences, that's out the window.
Right.
A lot of people don't know how to even grow their own food, so you gonna kill yourself just by not being able to eat. You can't even feed yourself outside of this system. You're not even built to live outside this system, and you talking about tearing it down.
You ain't got no land,
nothing.
To grow no crops, and even if you started to grow some crops now, it's the bad time to grow some crops. It's basically winter time.
Yeah, I mean that's gonna always come, but
I'm saying if it happened right now.
Yeah. I mean, period, man. If people was to try to start a revolution right now, it's a slaughter.
Yeah,
like,
so
that's
not what this video is about, and I don't want nobody to get that in their mindset that that's what we on. Like, nah, we trying to get ourselves together so that we can fight it a different way. Because you do have those people that think they on some Young Thug type stuff. You saw that Young Thug video, like, go to war.
Yeah,
people think like that, and we ain't talk to people like that.
Now, don't get me wrong. You know what I'm saying? I come from a mentality that you defend your people. Period. Right. You know what I'm saying? So I'm also I believe in the Black Panther's philosophy that you got the right to defend your neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? From whoever, whether it be people in the streets or the police if they doing wrong. You know what I'm saying? Because people misconstrue that with the Panthers. The Panthers didn't hate white people. They hated the police brutality that was going on in their neighborhoods, the harassment, the unfair treatment, the prejudice. They wasn't going around saying kill all white people. They said if y'all touch one of our people, expect to get touched. It's not you not about to come out here and do nothing to us, and ain't nothing gonna happen. So if you ready to take it there, we ready to take it there too. That was the Black Panthers' defense philosophy. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't know they started the WIC program and the breakfast program that our kids get breakfast at school. Schools wasn't doing that prior to the Panthers. A lot of people don't know that. They wasn't giving free breakfast, making sure the kids got something to eat.
Right.
But you know, they took that from the Panthers, but they don't promote that. They promote
of course,
the race, the fake racism, and yada yada. But long story short, we gotta look in the mirror and get ourselves together. And what do get ourselves together mean? That mean we should be able to be self-sufficient. We should be able to self-sufficient is really what I'm talking about. You don't gotta rely on nobody. You don't gotta get permission to move the way you want to move. You able to rely on yourself, and the only way you can do that is if you have a source of income where you don't have a boss over it. You don't answer to nobody, because you can still have a job and be self-sufficient if you make investments in other things and got other streams of income. If at any time you lose your job and that would cause you to lose everything, I would think you're not self-sufficient. If you're dependent on that source of income for you to live your life, I think it's a little more you need to do to get to that point.
And not to get off subject with that, when stuff happens to people like that, that's when they want to become a unity.
Oh yeah, then now
you can't.
Yeah.
I call those people opportunists.
Yeah, most definitely. That's exactly what it is.
Yeah, you're down, so you're trying to use anybody that's up
as a
just
crutch.
to help. To help yourself get back up, and then once you up, it's back. Oh, it's back to my own life.
Right.
So don't wait until you lose your job or something like that, because
then it's old man trying to hold me down. Like, recognizing when you're in a good position and you better able to help in the fight. And that's the thing, once people get up and get, in a more comfortable space, they feel like, oh, I don't feel like doing this shit no more. I don't want to lose what I got. Man, listen, if we was to come together and to support each other the way that we really can, the way that everybody else does, it's no lack for nothing out here. Just look around.
And that made me think, when you said that, it makes me think, all right, don't get me wrong, we all know that insurances are scams, right? I believe a lot of insurances are scams, because you pay all this money every single month for something, and then when it's time to make an insurance claim, they try to play you. You gotta wait, and then this value don't match this, so you gotta settle for this. It's a whole bunch of bullcrap. But if we was all in the community for one another, you don't even have to worry about no fish fry for no goddamn burying your peoples. You know what I'm saying? Because the community gonna come together regardless. Like, look, we all got $100 or we already got $1,000 to this. You ain't gotta worry about none of that.
Right.
Because we all on the same pace. Because we know we got family members that's gonna eventually pass away.
Right.
And it's sad that we gotta bury people young, but that's the reality of it. So if y'all think about it, stop waiting till it knock on your door. Stop waiting because a lot of people think that their life is perfect, ain't nothing gonna happen to them, and then as soon as they knock on their door, it's like
the end of the world.
Yeah.
Oh,
now you gonna scream for help. Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong. It's not belittling you going through a bad situation, and I don't want to be the one to say, "Oh, I told you so." You know, I'm not trying to get that impression, but the reality of it is man, you had the opportunity to, while you was in a good space, to help maybe the next person not fall into that situation. You wasn't paying it forward, and I mean, literally,
that's a perfect way of saying it.
Yeah, forward. Yeah, man. When you in that mentality, when it's oh, I do for me, and I'm glad I said that too. When I say self-sufficient, I don't mean you stop any form of interacting with people, or you stop helping or needing help. Everybody needs help doing different things. I'm saying when you pulling your own weight, the more people pulling their own weight, the stronger it becomes. The more people pulling their own weight in that situation. If you got 10 people that's doing good, it's nothing for them to kick in $100 to have 1,000. Whereas you got 10 people doing bad, it's just 10 people doing bad. You know what I'm saying?
And it ain't no $100 to their name, because you think about surviving to the next day, especially when the bills run their name.
Right. And I know it was a one thing, this kind of off topic too, but you ever seen that thing they call a loom, or it's like a situation where a group of people get together and say every month they put in like $50 or something, then one person a month gets that money that the group put in. So like, say if it's
I don't know about that.
It was kind of dope when they explained it to me. It was like, say you got 1,000 people in this group. 1,000 people put in $5 or $10. If you got $10, you got $10,000 at once. 1,000 people put in $10,000.
Right.
One person get blessed with it. You know what I'm saying, in the cycle.
Right.
Now you only put in
a random person, or
a random person.
Okay.
A random person. But everybody in the group is gonna get that.
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's $10 out your pocket, but you made it possible for this one person to get this lump sum of 10,000. That could change somebody's life.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
And not only that could change somebody else's life, when that person has that opportunity to say, because you don't never know who has some type of connections.
Right.
That could open up a door for all 1,000 of those people.
Exactly. I mean,
man, that's so dope though. That concept right there is really dope though.
Just the spirituality of it, that immediately pays you back. That I'm gonna get this $10 and help bless somebody.
And you know, our people are just so. We talk about our people because we all are people. We ain't trying to really talk on the outside about anybody else, like Indians and all like that.
Yeah,
I'm sure everybody got their own problems and everything and similar. But us,
we trying to address that.
Our people are just so selfish that they would just think that, especially only $5 or $10, even $100, that ain't really nothing.
See, you gotta be. That might be something. You gotta chill.
No. But I'm saying when you doing that type of program, come together and chip it in. Yeah. Because like you said.
But just keep it basic though. If you got 1,000 people and $10 really ain't nothing
at all compared to what somebody about to get in that
for 10,000,
and then it just keeps cycling.
You know what I mean? I mean, how could you argue with that? You know what I'm saying? That's like monumental.
You got my mind over here racing.
Listen,
like, you know how powerful that system is.
Yeah, and you know where that come from? From the motherland. That's like an African custom. I think it was it was either Nigerian or Sudanese. Somebody brought it, or somebody that when I became aware of it, they brought it from where they was from, and it was making its rounds around social media. But you know, our people. Y'all still in that scam. Y'all still scamming. Like, golly. But that's okay, cause we know our people fucked up.
Anything you do for help and not doing it yourself is a scam.
Yeah.
I realize it's on the internet.
But you gotta think how many people gotten scammed before. So I understand it's like, all right, if you knew somebody walked down that alley and got shot and killed, you're not gonna want to walk down that alley. So if you see somebody got scammed on the internet for some money, something come around on the internet asking for some money, scam. You know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't giving it no thought, fuck it, it's a scam. You know what I mean?
That's when you gotta do your due diligence.
But that's what I'm saying. That's where we stop at. We concerned with our life. We don't want to do no research. We stop right there. Scam. Keep going. Let me go to this job and I fucking hate. This ain't a scam though. Fuck it. Let me keep doing it. But for real though, and that's where it becomes critical not to be a sheep. You gotta stop, do your own independent thinking, do your own independent research. Whatever research you do, if you Google your ass off. If you read a book, read 10 of them. But make sure with the shit that you saying it came from your own thoughts and not what you heard somebody else say.
Right.
Cause I get shit from somebody else and I internalize it. Be like, I like that. I you know what I'm saying. And then if it makes sense to me, I will put it into my repertoire what I think. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But I'm going to do some research on, if this makes sense for what I believe in before I'm not just going to be like, if somebody tells me, oh yeah, Michael Jordan was the greatest basketball player of all time. I'm the type, I'm going to be like, I got to see why you feel like that. Why is he the best player? Why you feel like that? What makes him the best? And was nobody else better? Who else was he playing against? Like, I'm gonna critically think about something you tell me, and if I agree with it, he was the best. That's why I'm that type. You know what I'm saying, motherfucker? I debate about anything because I'm not just gonna accept something you tell me. You know what I'm saying? Everybody don't gotta be like that. I'm not saying I'm the right way, but I'm just saying when I get information, it gotta make sense to me. I'm not just taking nobody's word for nothing. No offense.
Right.
You could mean me well, but it gotta make sense to my spirit for me to rock with it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Flat out. That's just how I am. You know what I'm saying? And I think that'll kill a lot of the hype beasts. Like, a lot of stuff catch hype for no reason, like, because people heard it. Like, you hear something every day, you start to believe it. If they started writing on the news and they said every day, well, the sky's red. Every day, people heard that. The sky's red. Y'all seen that on the news? They talking about the sky red. When you look, it is kind of red when the sun set. Man, 10 days later, what you talking about? The sky not blue, the sky red. And that's how we carry that sheep mentality. You know? That's how we literally get programmed. You hear something so much and you don't fact check and you don't do your own.
Too lazy to do some research.
And that's why I said our people, they only care about what's presented to them. For the most part, you got independent thinkers.
And what's beneficial for them.
Right. If it's brought to their attention, that's all they're caring about. You know what I'm saying?
Man, look. Once again, we're not here to really change your mind and try to force you to do anything.
Plant seeds, baby.
At the end of the day, you are responsible for your own life and your own kids' life, but we're just trying to make it easier so we can all do this together. Like, for real. Like, just think about it, man. How long have our grandparents and stuff been trying to make a change for us?
I mean, I would imagine since long before we were born.
And we always fall short, and then our kids got to start all the way over. Because if you think about it, we started all the way over. Don't get me wrong, I'm not taking it.
We start from scratch every generation.
Yeah, I'm not trying to take anything away from what Martin Luther King brought us. Malcolm X or Rosa Parks. I ain't trying to take anything away from, because they brought us a long way. We're way better positioned than where they were back in the day.
Right.
But he said we start from scratch every single time. Every generation. It's like we all have that same saying, because I'm sure my mom probably said, I'm going to make a difference for my kids.
Right.
What difference are we talking about? A life-changing difference just for our kids or for that generation?
Right.
Because I really don't want my son to grow up and have to feel like, dang, now we got to deal with this. Yeah. I want them to live their life. I want them to live their life without going somewhere and worrying about dealing with white supremacy or coming back home and dealing with their own people. They shouldn't have to live their life like that. That's so exhausting. Man, it's crazy, man.
Yeah, most definitely. And it's like, once again, it's two sides to that too. Because you could look at it like this. If if Martin Luther King and their generation inherited a house and the roof was leaking, like I'm talking about, it's pouring, pouring water hose through it. You know what I'm saying? Like flooding everything. If they was able to stop that flooding, just more so than what they got it, I would say that they did something for us, because it could have been worse flooding than when we got it.
Right.
Like if it's a 20-meter hole in the roof, they made it 10 meters. That's an improvement.
Right.
It's not, everything is not gonna get fixed in one generation.
But that's why I said I ain't taking anything away from them.
Right. It is not taken away from them by saying we starting over, because in actuality, that rain never stopped.
Right.
So just because we starting over, quote unquote, it doesn't mean what they do got taken away. It's just the rain never stopped pouring. So we got basically the same work to do. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Whereas, okay, they used their tools and they fixed the hole. They didn't. They may have, or not even blaming it on them, but they may not even have the opportunity to show us, look, this how you fix this hole. We had to come and just see, oh shit, it's a hole in the roof. How do we fix? Oh, well, we got to get a hammer and nails, and we had to start over from that thing. It doesn't take away. We seen that the hole was fixed up there.
Right.
It's that we didn't get that game. You know what I'm saying?
That information.
We didn't get that information directly from them, and was taught hand in hand how to do it. So in essence, we started over. I think that's when we're gonna start seeing big improvements throughout the generation. Once we get that family back. And why didn't we get that? Because the families got broke up.
Yeah.
That's exactly what happened. Our family structure got broke up. It was no more, oh yeah, my pop showed me how to build this and do that. It was, I ain't had no dad. Fuck that nigga. You know what I'm saying?
And you're right. Because compared to the last generations, probably say our great-grandparents, or, I'll go with be safe, our great-grandparents, they had that family.
Yeah.
Our grandparents, they was on the verge.
It was starting to break up.
Yeah.
They got hit with the first wave.
Right. Because my mom, she didn't have her dad in her life. Okay. You know what I'm saying?
See,
for whatever.
That's around the time it started hitting them. You know what I mean?
And then, bam, now I had experienced it.
Right.
I didn't have my dad in my life, and bam, I just made me a generation.
And you see how that could have shaped your mentality? If you was on the shit like, I ain't had no dad in my life, I turned out cool. Now, if you felt like that and you wasn't pressed to keep your family and make sure that you providing that family structure, once you had a child, you could have been like, shit, I ain't have a dad. He don't need to have me. He'll be all right. I made it. He can make it. That's the problem we face. We let. It's a great thing when you overcome that adversity. But why put ourselves through it again? Just to prove that we can get through it again? No, nobody got to do that.
And the message in this too, I'm glad that we talk about this, is that we talk about what's going on social media. Don't beat somebody down because they ain't in their kid's life or whatever. Because, like, don't get me wrong, I don't think I can ever rock with a person that ain't in their kid's life. You know what I'm saying?
By choice.
Yeah.
By their own.
But if I could come in that person's life and easily talk to them, not be aggressive with it, like, yo, plant a seed, like, you should try to be there for your kids. I understand that your baby mom might be this, because it ain't always the baby dad. The baby moms be sneaky. They do stuff off of social media. That be so spiteful that it might pushes the guy away, and that's not an excuse why that man should be in their life, or it keeps them away because, a lot of times a woman feel that if they can't have that man, you can't have them kids.
It's scorched earth. They'll burn everything down before they let it be peaceful. And, you know what I'm saying?
But some of these girls be so crazy that caught domestic
That's what I'm about to
violence.
say. It, like you saying, it's no excuse for a guy to be in a kid life. But if a dude trying to be in a child life and it just keep coming to he catching charges.
Oh no,
it's like,
if it get that deep,
like damn, what
you
can
kind
I
of
do?
really ain't got no choice.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
And I think that's where the problem is on social media, is that no one has a full story. You got three sides. You got her side, his side, and then there's the truth. Because of course each side is gonna always paint the picture to make themselves look good.
Right.
But then you got the whole truth of what's really going on.
Because it's usually wrongs on both sides. Because we trained to go against each other.
Yeah.
From the giddy up.
Yeah.
From the giddy up.
That's why I said it started before the whole when the system came in. But of course the system even made it worse.
Yeah.
It helps break the families up even more. But I just like, it's like, what is the solution to this though? That's the thing. Because like I got so many ways where I got so many different ideas where we can start, but will it be really effective?
I think won't nothing be effective until we take that look in the mirror. Each and every person gonna have to take accountability for what's going on in their life.
And I agree with that 100%.
No, I'm not saying that everything that ever happened in your life is directly your fault. Like you got little kids that got molested when they was little, like, and so they got a fucked up way about them growing up. I mean, they're not. I'm saying they got traumatized by something, so they react a certain way to certain things. Stuff like that is beyond our control. But what you are in control of is looking in the mirror and say, "What am I doing?"
Right.
If you can do that and just take it to account, what am I doing? And be totally honest with yourself. You can recognize like, yo, I'm doing this fucked up. Why am I doing it fucked up? If you get to the root of why you're doing it fucked up, you can make that change. I'm not saying that you wrong for doing a fucked up thing, but I'm saying is it comes to a point where you gotta stop and do a self-assessment. You know what I'm saying? Everybody has the ability to do that. I don't care how fucked up you are, how mentally wrong you are. Everybody got the ability to climb back from it. Some of us got more to climb or a different situation to climb, but I don't, and it's iffy because I don't think nobody's so far gone that they can't change. It's just I'm a victim to it too. It's certain things that I'm like, yo, like if somebody is touching kids, that's like one of the things I can't really. Like,
I can't really accept.
You know what I'm saying? It's but I'm human. But I'm still human.
But I think that's okay because ain't that 100%.
Exactly.
I don't think we supposed to accept that because you violating somebody.
Right.
It's someone that's vulnerable, someone that can't defend for themselves or anything.
But even I know it's a touchy subject, but you gotta still think that person used to be that vulnerable. They could have.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
I agree with that, but it's still weak.
It's like, man, I'm gonna help you from a long handled spoon. I can't really hug you. I throw some shit to you, you know what I'm saying? But that's just me though. I ain't trying to influence
but you have to treat a person like that because it's just like, okay, I understand that you went through this, but just because you went through this doesn't mean I'm gonna let you slide.
Right? It doesn't
violate somebody else because now they about to grow up like that or worse.
Right. You gotta break the cycle.
Or they might be suicidal. You never know. So
that ain't no shit that nobody should go.
You must be punished.
Yeah. But I'm saying, is that wrong? Like, if we know the way to fix shit is to embrace each other and love each other, shouldn't that apply there too? No matter how we personally feel about it.
I think there is love there, but this is where I grew up with tough love though.
Yeah.
I think there's different types of loves. You show that man tough love or that woman tough love because.
But everybody don't respond to that though. I
True,
think that,
but you gotta think though. A lot of people respond to. You can't always show that love where discipline. It's all about discipline too.
Yeah.
And so you have to discipline that person because you gotta know that you gotta be accountable for this.
Most definitely.
And by you disciplining somebody, I think that's love.
I'm saying you could show tough love and still hold that person to like a standard where you still matter type shit. Like like the tough love I see a lot of us get, they try to break you into being strong. You could be like, listen, you ain't about to be no punk, but I'm not accepting this. Other motherfuckers would be like, if you don't get out there and fight, I'm gonna break your fucking jaw. Like, yo, you giving me a whole complex. Like, you know
they trying to put fear in them.
You can show tough love without trying to put the fear in you. You know what I'm saying?
Throwing that person away like your life don't matter.
Exactly. That's what I'm afraid. Because I know a lot of the time situations that, you know what I'm saying, I didn't help people in, it's because I just went and talked to somebody. Like, made them feel like I'm coming at them respectfully or talking to them like they're a normal person. And a problem gets solved a lot faster than if I be like, hey, motherfucker, I don't like this. You immediately putting somebody on the defensive.
Right.
Granted, I'm talking this shit, but if I had to do this with somebody that was messing with some kids, that's one of my triggers. I don't know if I could keep that same composure. I'm working on it. I'm human.
And you see what he did? He admit to one of the problems that he suffered with.
I'm not perfect. I don't want to put that image out.
Cause that is a touchy spot.
That's
right
what I'm
there.
saying. We're gonna move past that.
But,
I don't even like think,
but to speak on that same topic though, this is where when you say you talk to people just to see what they went through. This is where online, a lot of people judge people based off of what they post. You know what I'm saying? We all do that. You know what I'm saying? We don't know what's going on with this person. A person might come off aggressive or sad or angry or confused.
Even what you said when the chicks be on a bitter like all niggas ain't shit. And
Yeah. Because they might be going through something, but we so quick to dang. She always going through something. Or he's sick. What's wrong with these guys? And have you ever take that time to talk to people? Like I said on the last video. Me personally, you can check my inbox. I randomly be talking to different people.
Yeah,
even though I might come off as a creep. Don't get me wrong, because I think that is kind of creepy. Like if I don't know you from a can of paint, right? We got mutual friends.
Right?
Yeah, I just come in your thing. Like, especially if we a different sex.
Right.
If you a woman, I'm a
you
grown
immediately
man.
think that's the way in.
Oh, he's trying
That's
to
the
get hit.
game.
And some guys probably did that to people
Most
just
definitely.
to get what they want.
Most
And I understand it, but I feel better and I can go to sleep at night. But yeah, I don't want to say shoot my shot.
At least trying to help.
Yeah, okay, there we go. People
shooting the shot like I knew he was shooting the shot.
Because if I get in there and I can give you an ear to make you feel better for that day, I feel better about myself because it's just like, dang, not only did I make you feel better about just talking to you, I just learned something. You went through something when you was younger.
Yeah.
So the next time you post something that come off suicidal or whatever, I know where it's coming from.
And at that same time, you putting yourself in that person's shoes, because obviously if somebody's posting something online where thousands, if not millions of people can see, they obviously is hurting by something.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So if
sometimes that's their only voice though. Sometimes
Right.
that's the only outlet to make them feel good.
That's the power of social media. That's the most attention they ever got in life, because we all know the kids that wasn't the most popular in school. They may not have always got that human attention like they see the rest of their peers getting. The popular kids, they always look like they getting interaction and talking.
But those
to
be the
people.
ones that hurt the most too. Cause like when say a person that seems like they come off like they're always on top, no one wants to help them because we talked about this before.
Oh yeah,
because you look like you good.
Like people always think I'm good. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm talking about you good, you straight. But my thing is, the way I deal with my problems, I just deal with it. You know what I'm saying? I just come from a philosophy that I'm not gonna talk about something I'm not trying to do something about. Like I'm not just gonna be like, oh, I hate this. And like, okay, so what you want to do? Like, I always arrive at that point. You know what I'm saying? Like, what you want to do about it? And if I feel like me talking to this person is not helping me solve the problem, I feel like, stop complaining. What is you crying about? You know what I'm saying? That's how I look at it. But in the same time, it could be healthy just expressing something you go through, getting a different person opinion about something. It could help you figure out how to solve this problem. You know what I'm saying? They may have an experience or just a different point of view that help you see it from a different angle. You know what I'm saying? So bottom line is we designed to interact with each other. Whether people like it or not, as tight a circle people want, and my circle's so small it's a dot, I don't mess with nobody. We not designed to be like that, man.
And that's what they promote so heavy in the music, that people believe that.
Exactly.
And to make it a fact, so people understand that this is real life. Look at the prisons. You take them away from society, right? Okay, you got your different levels of prisons, right?
Yeah.
Let's talk about the maximum. When you 23 hours away, just away from everybody, and you got that 1 hour to yourself, and not to yourself, but with the security guards and whoever they let you out there with. You ever talk to somebody in that mindset?
I talked to a couple people that been in them.
They be gone, right?
Yeah.
They, depending on how long they have been locked up in that condition, there's a big gap from when they was out to when you talk to them then.
Right.
They like to repeat themselves, and they kind of come off crazy.
I mean, that'll drive most normal people
because
crazy.
They're by themselves.
Right.
Or you just surrounded with a whole bunch of masculine men that you can't give no ear. You know what I'm saying? Or you want to talk to nobody because you don't want to come off emotional in an area that you gotta kind of be tough.
Yeah,
when you feel like you have to be tough.
I mean,
against,
probably. Yeah. If that's one situation you gotta be tough, it's probably that.
I'm saying in different prisons though, because not every prison is like. If you go down south, I think it might be a little tougher than a prison that might be out west. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, they say Cali get. You know, that's that game.
But
I get what you're saying. Though.
Yeah, because
it's different. Every jail now like.
Yeah, but I was saying more down south because a lot of them got them 3 strike laws.
Yeah.
And you in there for life. You in there with you might got a couple murders and this might got just a couple some minor felonies.
Yeah.
But you still doing life though,
right.
And you gotta always act tough down in there, but not to really branch off. But when you isolate a person, you take them away from society.
They fucking go nuts.
They're gone. So this is why what he was saying, his point is proving that people need people, especially the opposite sex. That's why I always give a chick an open ear. I never was in a random dude inbox. Don't get me wrong. I never did that because I still feel like, nah, I can't do that. That's weird to me. Even though we sitting
in our theory and shit, but we still
we got to that point. But even though guys need an ear too, not probably from another girl, they might need an ear from another guy.
Yeah.
Just like how girls have their girl talks.
Yeah.
We guys, the only time we have guy talks is with our friends. Or definitely. Somebody that we meet right then and there. And then if that spark happened, then that spark happened. But for me to be on a Facebook and
random dude,
he going through something, we feel like we too tough to hit him up like, yo, bro, you good?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's how you can come off.
Some dudes like that, though. Mm-hmm. Some dudes really do that shit. But we'd be like, this nigga weird.
Yeah.
For real. Being
and then and not only that, you seeing what we see out here, you think a person might be trying to set you up.
Yeah.
Like, why is he hitting me up?
Person act too friendly, you immediately, your attention go up.
So that now you see what type of problems we go through that that's why we can't talk to one another. But like you said,
I mean, why we think we can, we
think.
It's these own exactly what it's these own mental blocks we placing on ourselves.
Yeah.
Our own assumptions, like if somebody being friendly, they scheming on us. That's gonna block us from. It could have been somebody that could have been the biggest blessing in your life. But you got this predetermined thing that
because you've been violated before or whatever.
You know what I mean? Yeah. And I'm not saying it's for no reason. Everything we doing out here, it got an origin of why it started.
We gotta learn. Basically, what this is, what we talking about is, we gotta learn to trust again.
Yeah.
We really don't trust nobody no more.
And you learn you only start trusting something that you know about.
Yeah.
You don't fear nothing that you know what it is.
Right.
It's no mystery to it. You know what to expect. The fear comes from the unknown. We don't know if this person is scheming or not, so we immediately got our guards up.
But back in the day, they used to trust that though. They didn't care about that, the unknown.
Yeah.
You my brother, blah 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 blah.
But that's what it was, the assumption that they knew they was a good person. I'm assuming it didn't feel like that person was an unknown. Like if you feel like a person your brother, you feel like you know them, you know their personality, you put that trust in them. You know what I'm saying? It's not like if you feel like somebody is a stranger, then they're gonna feel like a stranger. Like, I don't know you, I don't know what you could be capable. Feel like somebody a brother, you be like, I got a good handle on what this person about. I feel like I could be cool with them. Like if I'm a stranger, I wouldn't be over your crib right now. You know what I'm saying? You feel like I'm comfortable enough.
We might be video chatting this video.
Yeah, or at Denny's, you know.
That's how it be though. Yeah. But even though it ain't nothing wrong with that, because you gotta be cautious.
Yeah, because it's
definitely people out here
take advantage.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. I ain't telling you go hug every dude you see, because you ain't about to catch me doing that. You know what I mean? I ain't going. But I'm saying, what I'm speaking of is what we should aspire to be. We don't gotta be that, but we should try to get to that. It's a constant journey to get as close to that as we can.
At least let that be the majority, of us, because right now the majority is we don't trust us, and then in the music they letting you know, and it's so bad in the music that they letting you know don't even trust your own boys.
Right.
Because I understand what they painting these stories and they telling them that my own people even try to rob me or I see my own friend killed his friend. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I understand that, but in the same breath, when you promoting that, it's just making us like, dang, our guards are up.
Yeah.
And if you saying that, this is what I always think of. If you saying I don't trust my own people, how do the next person, your own boy, next
Exactly.
to you, what is they thinking about?
If them the people I trust the least. The people that say I don't trust nobody, I know you're not trustworthy. Because why you even thinking like that? You obviously having these thoughts and about crossing people or people crossing you.
Yep, you already got to. Yep.
It's the same thing with relationships. If somebody's always accusing you of cheating, it's usually coming from that place because they know they on some bullshit. Exactly. Somebody always accusing people of being snakes and it's because they in that type of activity. They in that type of mind frame. At least that's how I read it. You know what I'm saying? Right. That's what I get from it. People that I say, oh, my circle, I don't trust nobody, da-da-da-da.
And they think that's cute. And like I said, this is kind of, a video is kind of like very contradictory because we trying to get people out of that mindset of judging people.
But to get out of it, we got to recognize what it is.
That's
what I'm saying.
Yeah, but I just wanted to let that be known because a lot of people might miss that.
Right.
Oh, they contradicting themselves. You know how people go in, they take one thing and they run with it.
They gonna look for the negative, you know what I'm saying? People will. But the point that I'm trying to make is we can talk about something to recognize what it is that we're doing. I'm not condemning nobody for doing what they do because everything I've said damn near, I've probably done it. I'm just able to recognize that's not right. I'm gonna not do that.
You using a guy inbox?
Nah, I said almost.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I ain't said everything.
Hey, I'm glad you
I said everything I almost said I probably done. You know what I mean? I ain't.
That little jokey joke, yeah.
I don't take it serious. See, if I felt some type of way, we'd probably start boxing. But not real talk though, for real. I mean, I'm not. And then if anybody know me, they know the type of place I'm coming from when I'm talking to people. It's not to tear you down. I ain't gonna call you out in public. I'll pull you to the side. You know what I'm saying? Especially if me and you got a problem. We ain't gotta put on a show for nobody. Especially me and another man. We could go. Let's go handle this, me and you. You know what I mean? But
you know everybody. But you know a lot of people, they energy different when they got a crowd around them.
That's why I take that element out of it. Because if you still that way and it's just me and you, we got a problem we need to solve. But I ain't gonna put you on the spot and make you feel like you gotta put on the show.
That if you want, I don't call what I be having beef. I just call them little minor situation. That's the type of guy I am. Every dude that I had a problem with, that had a problem with me, and I figured out it was a problem. Every time I caught him on a dolo, I talk to him.
Yeah.
Cause it ain't nothing to talk about on the internet. Because all people want to do on the internet is be in them comments, hype y'all up. Y'all fighting for no reason at the end of the day. So like, it's one individual that I ain't get to catch yet. I mean, we ain't see each other. I ain't looking for him or nothing like that.
When they arise,
yeah. But when I seen his family members, I talk to the family.
Yeah.
If I feel like there was a problem, I want to be talking to the family.
Right.
When I see you, it is what it is. But I respect my life and I respect him as a person so much that I talk to the family. I reached out that, you know, tell your such when he see me. If I don't see him, come over at me.
Yeah.
Because that means I'm letting you know.
It's an open invitation.
Just something to talk about that. We can squash something that ain't even real.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
It's an open dialogue.
Exactly.
Because a lot of times, you know.
I'm not about to hit him up on Facebook. I'm not about to do that because you already know what that is. Like, I understand how guys, when a guy reach out to you on Facebook on some bullcrap, you feel like it's some bullcrap.
Yeah.
You feel like you try to pull my card.
Right.
So I feel like it's more respectable when you do it in real life, in person.
I feel you 100% on that, but I'll be lying if I say, like, if I feel like it's a problem, I'm not gonna argue over social media. I'm gonna shoot you my number, like, yo, hit me up. I ain't gonna be like, yeah, I got a problem, call. I'm gonna just shoot you my number.
But when I see that though, cause I had a couple people hit me up on the internet, I feel like you trying to pull my card.
Yeah, I mean, but
don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. I always take the invitation. Yeah. But it still goes through my mind.
Yeah.
Versus in person, what I respect more is, hey, let me hold that.
See, but that same energy that you give, I would give if that person hit me up like, yo, what's good? It seemed to be, you know what I'm saying, something da-da-da-da-da. No, I'm not gonna hit you up like, yeah, bitch ass nigga,
the conversations never went like that.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, just the first impression of that, the bullcrap started on the internet,
Yeah.
and I feel like if you shooting a number and all that, I already knew what it is in my mind.
Yeah.
That I already prepared that it's gonna be what it is.
Cause that's probably the majority of what we probably
That's the
used
outcome
to.
that always come out because don't mind him, guys. You know,
Ooh, touchdown.
he is pancakes and politicking with the mayor.
Yeah, though. So long story short, man. If we just get back to having open dialogue with people and stop trying to make everybody our enemy, you'll find more times than not a lot of misinformation or
Perception.
different perceptions of people is not what it really is like.
Cause person that you, I think this is weird anyway. A person that you feel some type of way, you still friends with them.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of weird.
Right.
Like
right.
if you like, I'm not talking about on no. All right, I really don't care for what their post is. I'm gonna follow them. But if you really don't like this person,
like,
they really make you mad, like angry, like, well, I want to fight this person, or I hate them. Why is he still following them? Why are you following them in the first place? But I feel like if you are, like you said, if you are open to this, talking to these different people, you might actually like them. You might actually like them. It's
just been a disagreement.
Cause it's like, you know what it remind me of? That new kid in the school.
Yeah.
When he first get there, a lot of people don't like them.
Just
especially the chicks.
Yeah.
Because they already know all the dudes want to holler at the new chicks, so they feel
right.
like they ain't important
Same with the
anymore.
dudes though. All the chicks want to get at the new dude. He the new
But
dude
it ain't just as bad as the girls though.
You got some dudes that act like that.
I think the guys act like that more towards when it comes to sports.
Probably.
Like if you got a guy that's really sweet in football come over, you feel some type of way. Oh, they about to pay favoritism. Like, nah, he just playing out better. Look at the numbers. But I don't know. But I don't know. That's pretty much what we can really touch on, because we kind of went everywhere with it.
I think we went off where we needed to go off to explain. You know what I'm saying? The scenario we talking about. But all in all, the answer to the question, who are our own worst enemy, I believe is the person in the mirror first and foremost. Once you get that addressed, then you got the time to address other or different battles that you need to fight. Whether it's okay, I got myself together, now I need to get stuff together with my partner or my child or my aunt or my mom or my dad. But you got to start in that mirror first. Then try to start working. Because if you a better person yourself and you go and you talk to this person that hurt you, especially a family member, you'll be coming from a better space if you got yourself together mentally first. Like if your dad wasn't in your life and you finally get up with him.
Remember though, we gotta remember what you said. We gotta fight a lot of battles at once.
Yeah.
Because if you might not be prepared, or you feel like you're not prepared or ready to help anybody else, what if somebody needs your help?
Yeah, I mean, but it's priorities. You know what I'm saying? You can't pour from an empty cup. You gotta make sure, you know what I'm saying, that you good.
True, but it also goes this way too. Remember how somebody says, you ever see a person says, I could give somebody great advice, but I can't follow my own advice.
Yeah.
It's like that in a sense. Like even though you're not all 100% prepared, you still can be somebody else's Jew, You can still help somebody else. Right. Based on you still messed up, but you still could be some type of help to somebody else. Because it's like, even though you helped that person out, what if that was your calling? They might help you out in a sense because you helped them out. It's like, dang, I did help this person out even though I ain't got my stuff together. Because I see a lot of people speak that real knowledge when they not in a good relationship.
Right.
I be thinking like, you ain't in no good relationship, but you got some jewels there.
Yeah.
But they just don't recognize that.
I mean, you could definitely, I think the most effective way to do that is to basically live your life in that light that you're talking about more so. Like, if you're saying don't accept a certain thing in a relationship, embody that and be an example as to not accepting that. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I feel like your message won't be as effective for people who call you a hypocrite. If I'm out here like, yo, pork is terrible for you, you catch me eating a pork sandwich, it's like, how is you? I'm not listening to nothing you saying, dog. Like, it don't make sense.
No, and you're right 100%.
So I gotta get myself right and give up the pork.
That doesn't mean the message is false though.
It doesn't. I know, but I'm saying the most effective.
Message doesn't really hold no weight from the messenger. I understand that 100%.
Yeah.
But
it don't change the message.
It doesn't change the message.
But
you got some people that
I'm thinking in regards of how to most effectively help people the best way I can. The best way is by me being the best that I could be. You know what I'm saying?
But I'm thinking about majority though.
Yeah.
Because majority, they're not always going to be following their own words. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
With their actions. They're not really always going to do that. And that's the reality of it. Like, let me see. This one guy I work with, I be telling him, because I told him I don't be drinking. I drink like a monster. Like if I'm taking a road trip, like say we about driving to New York, I know my limit. So I get on the road 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. That's when I like to drive. It's calm, and then I can drive into the sunrise. So, but I need me at a certain destination an energy drink so to keep me going.
Yeah.
But I don't drink those energy drinks on a daily basis. You would never catch me those. Too much caffeine, too much sugar in them. You know what I'm saying? And it causes heart problems and all that. So to say this, he drink coffee. I'm not a coffee drinker. So a customer offered me some coffee. I'm like, nah, I'm alright. I don't drink coffee. He had hit me with this. Yes, you do. What's that stuff you be drinking from Sheets? A hot chocolate. But in the container that it's in, it come off like it's coffee.
Yeah.
But based on me saying what I was saying to him about the caffeine and sugar, he wasn't gonna take my what I said.
He thought you was bullshit.
Yeah, because I was saying I don't drink coffee and all that, but in his mind he thought I did. So he's like,
you drink Monsters, you drinking the same shit that coffee in.
Yeah, I ain't listening to nothing you saying because you drink it yourself. I'm like, nah, I drink hot chocolate, even though hot chocolate ain't really good for you. But I just drink it and like, you about to go away.
Nah, I'm full
your eyes was just twisted like, kill you on this one.
Nah. Hot coffee ain't the shit is better than a Monster.
But that's the only time I drink it so I can be warm. And then versus the only time you catch me drinking a Monster or me, I don't ever think I got a Red Bull. It's only if I'm doing a long trip drive because it just be me and Jazz and Lord knows I don't trust her to drive.
That might just be a female thing.
Well, you don't be in
I do the driving. Unless I'm just dead ass tired, I'm gonna drive.
Even if I'm dead tired, let's go to this rest stop.
Oh nah, I ain't gonna. It ain't that bad. It ain't that bad.
Alright, no offense to the ladies out there, but let us men do the driving.
Oh, you about to get hit with the feminists. I ain't saying that.
You ain't gonna see this, it's gonna be cut. But pretty much that kind of wrapped this video up. Unless you got anything extra to say.
Nah, I think we pretty much covered it. You know, from beginning to end, who our biggest worst enemy is really ourselves, and then it extends out from that. I think the way we get past that is by, you know, staying in reality of all the battles that we facing, but focusing on the ones we can affect the most at that time.
Right.
And that's usually ourselves. You know what I'm saying? If we got ourselves together, then we can get our family together. We got our family pretty much tight. We can extend that to our community. But we got to start at home and let it work out from the inward. We can't try to fight the biggest battle without having the littlest ones wrapped up first. We got to take baby steps.
Right.
So, you know, we get ourselves together and really just recognizing, like, we got to start acknowledging stuff and stop pretending stuff ain't what it is. Like, we got to stop pretending like it ain't white supremacy situations out here. We got to stop pretending like we ain't got, you know, problems in our neighborhood with us killing each other. We got to stop pretending like we ain't got problems in our family with mental illness or people, you know, children getting messed with. We can't acknowledge something without without I guess having our world stopped by. We can recognize what it is, make a plan to change it, but we don't gotta talk about something and let it stop everything else we working at.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that pretty much sums it up where I'm at with it. You know what I'm saying? We definitely gotta make sure we take care of home first, but that doesn't stop us from being able to recognize the different problems we face and say police brutality, socio-economical power, political influence. We can be cognitive of all that stuff while working at what we can change and knowing that, okay, that's going to come at a later date. Let's do this first, give ourselves small goals and work up to the big goals.
Right.
That's pretty much where I'm at with it.
And last but not least, before you prejudge somebody from their post, just think about what they went through or are going through. And if you can, just reach out, see what's going on with them. And if they say nothing, just leave it be. But that's really all I have to say on it. Peace out, your boy Cook.
Yeah, man, Overstand TV. Till we meet again.